Hello, this is the second of the 3 videos on Limelight Software's new online booking system for training companies. This second video demonstrates the system as if one of your salespeople is using it. It will show you how your salespeople can convert an on-site inquiry into a quote and use the work in progress function to maximize your bookings. This demonstration assumes you have viewed the first video and hopefully tried the demo system, so you already have an understanding of the quote and booking process. A key component of the system is its ability to manage requests from clients to have training done on-site at their premises. Every course has this option, and it will always be shown as the first venue. We are going to pretend to be your client and quickly do a first aid level 2 course for 5 people and do an inquiry. Select 5 people, calculate so that it works out the booking discount. There's the 5% booking discount. This course also offers an 8% promotion, so the final price is $1,044 per delegate. Let's do an inquiry. Your client now uses the calendar option to select their preferred training date. Then they complete the extras that they'd like with their course. The extra section was discussed in a lot more detail in the first video. Now the company would complete their company information. However, the system uses cookies, so if the company has used the system previously, it will automatically remember their detail, as in this example for the busybody gyms. So all the detail is automatically populated. If the client knows any of your salespeople, then they can select them here. If they get selected, then the email will be sent to that person notifying them about this inquiry. Let's leave it as none for this example, and we submit the inquiry. The system will now have sent out 2 emails, and let's have a look at them. First, it sends one to your client, thanking them for their inquiry, telling them about the course that they've inquired on, and that they will be contacted shortly to confirm all the additional costs, if there are any, for travel and accommodation and the rest of the requirements, and confirm the training date. You'll also, and then the second email is sent to the salesperson. You'll notice there's an Excel sheet attached, and if I open it, it'll have all the details of the inquiry from the client's information, even including the extras. If we go back to that email, you'll see it has given the inquiry a reference number, which we're going to use in the next section. Right, let's assume the salesperson has made contact with the client and has agreed the date, cost, and other expenses related to the inquiry. This is how your salesperson uses the system to turn the inquiry into a quote or booking. They will go to the online booking site with login. They'll be given their username and password, which they will enter. Once logged in, you'll notice that the page looks exactly the same as what your client sees, but it now has a work in progress button. We click the work in progress button, and we can then enter any keyword to find what we need. For example, a company. It'll show us all the quotes, inquiries that are in the process in the work in progress box. But for this exercise, we want to go directly to the inquiry we just did. So I put the inquiry number in and select it. The salesperson can now change the date to the final date that was agreed, and has the ability to override the system price with the agreed price for the client. Let's in this case make this a nice easy 1,000 Rand per delegate. They can also change the number of delegates up or down as agreed with the client, and the system will change the costs accordingly. If any additional costs for travel and accommodation have been agreed, they're entered in here. Another great feature is the additional free text option. I'm going to say we're having a projector hire. And the additional amount of 300 Rand. Now that's used, it will be shown as an extra on the quote. And this amount can be positive for additional expenses or negative to effect a discount. The salesperson now just goes through the rest of the information, checking that it's all correct, and make any changes if required. Another great feature is the ability to simply, through one tick, add this customer to the customer database. That means that if it's ever used in the future for quotes, it'll be able to populate instantaneously. The delegate details can be entered now, or they can be left blank. I'm going to complete one just so you can see how it's used in sending out emails to the delegates. Another great feature for the salesperson is this option to either send the quote or booking email directly to the client, or to send it to themselves. If they send it to themselves, they can then add a special message to personalize the email and simply forward it to the client. We're going to send it directly to the client in this example. I accept the terms and conditions. We now have the options to just save what we've done and come back to this work in progress later, confirm a booking immediately, or request a quote, which is what we're going to select. Again, the system produces two emails. The first one is to the salesperson with a quote attached for their information, and the second one is the quote that goes to your client. Has the delegate list attached as an Excel sheet, so it makes it easy for your client to complete the details and send back to you. Or they could go and edit the quote by using the edit button and go directly into the quote and add the delegates there. Let's have a look at the quote. You'll see it has all the extras, the travel, the accommodation, and the projector hire as the extras that we added, as well as the other relevant information. For this example, let's assume that your client is happy with this quotation and wants to accept it. They can actually just click here in the PDF and they'll be taken to the accept quote box. If they have a purchase order, they can enter it and simply accept the quote. This replaces the entire paper stream. Your client now receives the booking confirmation email, which has the booking attached, and you'll notice in the booking it's now been changed to be an invoice. In addition to this, the delegate also receives, each delegate that has completed information also receives an email confirming them on the course and giving them details of the course. And that's how simple and flexible it is to manage all your on-site bookings using the system. Now I'm going to show you how a salesperson can do a complete booking with 10 people on a course in less than 20 seconds. We're going to select the lift truck course. I'm going to put in my 10 delegates. I'm going down to Cape Town, and it now shows me in the highlighted of those courses that are already full or over capacity. I'm going to book the one that still has capacity. I go into the course, I add the extras that I want, I enter part of the company name I want, select it from the company database. It automatically completes the rest of the information. I'm not going to enter any of the delegate informations now. I am going to send the email direct to the customer I click I'm happy to accept the terms and conditions, and I can confirm and book immediately. And that the system now sends out the standard emails. First to the salesperson, and then the booking confirmation directly to the client with all relevant booking information. If you look at the actual booking notice, you'll see it's been changed to an invoice, or not changed, but it is now an invoice because we did a direct booking and not a quote. It has the extras and the rest of the details, and has been accepted by an online booking. If we now go back to the lift truck course in Cape Town, you'll now see that it's updated with the 10 people and that the course is overbooked. If any course is overbooked, the system will also send out an email to both the salesperson and the system administrator, warning them that either the maximum number of delegates has been reached or the maximum number of delegates per trainer has been reached, which is the case in this instance. The super user or administrator can go into the system and simply suspend this overbooked course. It will instantly disappear as a calendar entry, and no further quotes or bookings can be made against it. And if required, the status can be returned to active and it will be instantly put back in the calendar. Phew, that's the end of this video. There are still many other features in the system that helps make your salespeople as effective as possible. If you're still skeptical, we'll send an email to sales@ll.co.za and we will add you as a salesperson to our demo system, and you can try everything that is covered in this video yourself by going to the demoonlinebookings.co.za/login. In the third video, we will demonstrate how your super user or administrator sets up and manages the entire system themselves, from categories, courses, venues, calendars, email templates and discounts, as well as the powerful pricing manager and stats manager service. Thanks for watching.